Okay, so one of my most favorite things to do is go visit other bonsai hobbyists, whether they're from the Washington State area. I am down in Southern California, so I kind of had to figure out who I was going to be relatively close to, and I was able to reach Tom Vuong, who seemed to have such an epic collection of collected junipers. So I was pretty happy when he said, yeah, come over, give me a call first, and you can check out my yard or my collection. So let's go check out what Tom has. All right, I've made it to Tom Vuong's house, and we're down in the Orange County area. His collection of trees here on his property is mind-blowing. He's right here.
Yeah, hi, Tom.
Hey, Tom.
Hi.
How you doing?
Okay, how are you?
Tom, I've got a few questions for you because you have one of the most impressive collections of bonsai I've ever seen. And I think that it's just worthwhile to share it for some of the online community, worldwide even. Tell us about yourself. How long have you been doing bonsai?
I doing bonsai about 30 years.
30 years. That's impressive. Always here down in Orange County?
Yeah, always here.
Yeah. How'd you get started into it?
From beginning, I just start like the Happy New Year Vietnam. I start with all the flower and everything. Yeah. And after that, I find out some of the book, and we learn from the book most of the time.
And then has your interest in different varieties of trees grown as you've progressed through bonsai?
I like the mostly the juniper and pine.
I can see that.
Yeah,
yeah, I love the juniper pines
like
too.
One. I like it olive too.
And seeing it on video is one thing, but if you're here in person the way I am, the base of that Nabari is at least 3.5 feet. It is pretty close to that. It is huge for that olive. So, Tom, there's a lot of collected junipers here. What are some of the things you've learned being a Yamadori bonsai artist?
Oh yeah. First thing, I try to the bonsai on the book, everything on the book, but the book is most of the time is the people create the style and the movement and everything. But when you go up to the mountain, you see all different kind of the movement, all different kind of the tree, all kind of tree. The United States is huge, so from Arizona up north to the Montana, you can see all different kind of the tree with the movement and everything. So you go up to learn from nature is the best of the best, the best of the best. You can see some of the trees you ever seen in the picture.
Yeah,
any garden, nice. But of course you cannot collect them all. But some you can, yes. But a lot of nice trees up there. If you go up there, you can learn a lot how they survive and how the movement, how the temperature, everything. You learn a lot from the soil to the temperature. Then you bring home and to create your own bonsai.
Tom, I mean, you are not a big guy. I don't mean that in a bad way, but the trees that you have here are huge. I mean, they're some of the largest junipers I've probably seen collected. You probably develop a really good technique as far as digging them out and carrying them. I mean, this is work. This is really work. I mean, I don't want to give away your trade secrets or anything like that, right. But
no, it's simple. It's simple. To me, everything is simple. If you know how to use the technique, equipment. Right now, equipment on the market everything is good price, good equipment. You can use all the equipment to move the tree around and to work with the tree. And I did not carry the tree because I'm too old. I'm 67, something like that. I try to protect my back. So most of the tree here I moving by the equipment. If you know how to use equipment, and you can move any tree anyway.
Yeah, I think Tom's probably going to have a master class on moving big trees in the future.
The dead wood. This kind of dead wood here for the thousand years, but they never have the termite. They not cut wood. Show them the old of the tree. The beauty of the tree is a lot of movement. The live and tiny, small, very small. So you can put on a even smaller pot but because the whole tree like that is 90% they die, only 10% they survive. So you don't need a lot of the soil. You don't need a lot of big pot. Only for balance of the tree only. Other than that, when they put on the pot like that, 10, 20 years, you don't have to change the soil. That's how good they are.
So Tom, I mean, after collection, what kind of soil do you use to help them recover?
Okay, we have, I just say it's simple like that. Try the best you can with when you collect, try the best you can with the root ball. But without the root ball, I talk about without the root ball, you go home with 100% of permits only.
100% pumice.
Yeah, and keep missing. But don't do it over west because everything is over care that they get easy to die.
Right. So not too wet.
With the root ball and without the root ball, even I collect 2-3 trees at the same time, but different root ball. So we have to water the differently.
Right.
You can't just collect the tree and water at the same way. No, because you find out from the root. Because the most important is from the root. The root here is most problem to make you survive and healthy tree from here.
I think a lot of the problem that comes out of doing Yamadori is not getting enough roots, right? So what do you deal with a situation where you just have barely any roots out of the ground?
Very little root, but they survive easy with the permit. The reason the permit is because the trend is so good. The trend good.
Yeah.
No chemical, no nothing at
Yeah.
all. So if you protect the foliage with the mist and the foliage, they have the root and they go by the circle. Make sure it don't overcare the root because a lot of people we see the try like that, we water, keep water, they overcare and they die the root.
So not
The root
too wet.
is most important.
Yeah.
Very important from the root. This is the California juniper. I collect about 10 years ago.
Yeah.
This is the big tree, but after that we use only the small vein to survive. And also this one, the California juniper.
And how do you recognize the different types of juniper, Tom?
Oh, okay.
So folks like me, I still have a hard time identifying all of them, you know?
Okay. All the juniper, they are different because when you take this juniper, you smell it, they are different. The smell, the different, the wood is different. Okay, this is the California juniper. You can see the tear down like that. Because the California, sometimes they have the termite. This is the how beauty of them. Mm-hmm. And also the Utah juniper. Let's go to the Utah juniper.
Okay, Utah juniper.
The Utah juniper they don't have termite. You can see all the wood is huge. The pattern, you see how the movement, but they don't have any termite at all.
Utah just don't get termite. Why is that? Is it too hard for them?
I think the time of that because too hard. And when you walk on the dead wood of the Utah, is much harder than other juniper.
I see.
And Utah juniper can be the huge tree.
Yeah, that thing is ginormous.
And the smell is different. The wood here is a little bit harder than California juniper. And the foliage here smell are different. This is the Utah juniper. And also this one, the Utah juniper, I collect in the Idaho about 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they have a pretty brittle.
Yes.
Very brittle foliage.
That's true. Because the Utah juniper, when they grow, the more pocket than California juniper. They shoot out higher, long run. And also, this is the Utah. That one, the Utah juniper.
This one too.
Utah, all the Utah. This is they call it one seed juniper. This one I collect in the Arizona. They call it one seed juniper. Then I moved it.
Here, let me help you. There we go.
This is the Utah.
Look at that.
And this is they call the one seed juniper. One seed juniper is the fully tiny, smaller than most juniper in the United States.
Yes, that is very small. Actually.
Yeah, very small, just like Itoigawa.
Yeah.
And also the smell are different. You can feel this one is different smell.
Yeah.
And
it smells nice.
That I take the California, you can smell it different.
See, this more,
more stronger.
yeah, it's more lemony,
Yeah.
but it's hard to tell. You have to be a juniper sommelier to be able to
And,
understand all the smells.
And the dead wood, they see the dead wood of the one seed is the most harder than any juniper. For example, this is the tiny small piece, right? I can fool this one with the whole tree is little more because
Oh,
the
yeah.
dead wood is much harder,
Right.
harder than any dead wood of the tree. They call the one seed juniper. See this one?
Yeah.
We can move the whole tree with this tiny small piece.
Oh,
This
that's interesting.
is very difficult to work with the dead wood.
Yeah. So,
Very hard.
so machine carving only if you had to do it then.
You have to do by hand is better. Most of my dead wood here is do by hand.
Oh wow.
Most of that wood here we do by hand. See that the dead wood here?
Yeah.
This is the Utah juniper. So we have the California and Utah and now one seed juniper.
Yeah.
And Rocky, anybody know Rocky? I have another Rocky juniper too.
Yeah.
So you can see a little bit different between the Utah juniper. This is the California juniper. You can see the different growing, different foliage, different time. This is the they call the Utah juniper. This is the California. You see the you
It's
can
a little
see,
bit more dense
yeah,
too,
more
right?
dense than
Yeah.
that.
So
Because
that
the
gets
wood
more
is
density.
harder.
The wood is harder.
That's why how they go like that.
Ah. And this is the
This
California one.
California.
Yeah. It has kind of more spacing in
That's
between
it,
the
that's it.
needles. Yeah. This has a little bit more density.
Yes.
But can you build density with this over time too
Yeah,
with
you
the
can
California?
build that for
Pinching,
a long
right?
time. Like that tree there, we build about more than 6-7 years.
This one.
This one, this California, built for a long time. Then they
Yeah,
build it
because
up.
this is pretty dense. And it's actually attractive, very attractive when it feels out like this.
But take it longer than Utah.
So this tree is how old out of the ground? I mean, sorry. How old's it
I
been
think about
in
10
training?
years when I collect it.
10 years in
10
training?
years, yeah.
And this is very impressive. Do you take this one to shows?
Before I took some of them, yeah.
Yeah. Because, I mean, it's absolutely just mind-blowing. It's so big. It is so big.
So I learned from the book. I learned from everybody, from the club, from like a lot of master around the United States, even in Vietnam, Japan, and we learn all from them. Now we have to share the technique to next generation. That's how we learn it.
Yeah.
We have everything today because the last generation they gave it for us. So now we have to share with them.
Do you have a message for any new coming bonsai hobbyists?
Okay. The message for everyone is doesn't matter any tree, it can be the bonsai. Doesn't matter how big, how old, you can make a bonsai. Because I did not carry the tree, right? And the young generation is to me is bonsai the best because in the bonsai we have all kind of different age, like old people, young people, all kind of different color and all the different country. So I can be the friend with the very young people if we love bonsai, or the old people, or different color, anything. That's how I love bonsai. Different with all kind of time, you know.
Yeah. And doing bonsai was best 40 years ago, right?
Yeah.
Because then you have a great
Early
tree
is
later.
better for you guys.
Exactly.
It's early better because it's the younger is. I think you guys create more new technique, you know, more new style, new technique. Or you can ask, you can learn, but you can create by your own because the younger is always better.
Tom, and you know, you're involved with the club down here, right?
Yes.
The Vietnamese bonsai club down here.
Yeah.
Would you recommend a club to incoming artists or hobbyists?
Yeah, we have I involve a lot of club around here, but
Mhm.
I have the club they call the Viet Bonsai today.
Mhm.
We have the show next month, and in Gango. The show only like 20-25 trees, but most of them are quality, high quality.
I've
trees.
seen some of it from previous years. Very nice. Nice.
Here is growing from many years ago. When you learn the bonsai, it's better learn the pot. I sell a lot of the black pine before, but I
Yeah.
love the black pine. When I started bonsai, is my favorite one is black pine.
Yeah. I can see that.
Yeah, black pine. I love the black pine. When we go up mountain, we see a lot of different type of the pine. They movement like crazy. Oh my,
Yeah.
it's crazy. This is they call the Mikawa. This is the.
This is the Makawa, yeah.
They go from seed, so long time ago.
And the Makawa,
Yeah,
the value is in the bark.
yeah, that's it.
So they create like these plates of bark that kind of build up underneath and then pushes out the old ones
This
further
kind
and
of
further.
tree before I have about 400 tree like that.
400?
400 the black pine. But
Wow.
now I have only about 100.
Yeah. And look, this is what Tom calls pre-bonsai, because it's not even in a pot yet.
Yeah. No.
And it's so developed. But this in anybody else's collection is just a beautiful bonsai as is right here. It's just amazing. Look at that ramification under there. Holds this tree.
I think the Japanese, he San Diego, he grow this one about 75 years ago.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
I have this one about 30 years.
30 years
From
already.
beginning when I do bonsai.
Yeah. And then up in Washington, we do our candle cutting, candle pinching, probably around the early June time frame. When do you start down here? The season's longer.
Yeah, usually we have a period on 3 months. You can do that.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of books say is have to be a certain of the month, but if you have too many, when you have time,
Yeah,
you
the
do
time.
it. You know,
Time is an issue.
because
Yeah.
pie they go strong. They
Yeah.
go strong.
And would you ever cut into old wood?
Yes,
Yeah. If it's healthy, you would
Yeah.
do it.
yeah, healthy.
Yeah. But would you be able to do that every year?
No, I do another 2 years.
Every couple of years you would cut into old wood?
Yeah.
Especially if it gets too long, right?
Yeah,
And that's usually in the growing season for
yeah,
you?
growing season.
Yeah. What would you recommend if somebody got into black pines? What is one of the most important things to look out for?
The black pine is the most beautiful tree for the bonsai because the way they go is they call the king of bonsai.
Mm-hmm.
Don't overwater because the people they die because overwater. Every time when I bought I bring the tree home, even I bought from nursery or somebody else, I always lay down the tree about two inch higher than another side because I don't know what kind of soil inside, so I have to control the water.
Mm-hmm.
After that, I report it, then I know exactly what's going on from the bottom up.
Yeah.
That's very important. When you do bonsai, you have to know what's going on in the bottom.
Yeah, so Tom's mentioning something very important. The
Yeah.
roots are very
Root is very
crucial.
important. Even
Yeah.
if you buy from somebody, if you know it, that's okay. If you don't know it, better lay it down on the side and water it.
Yeah.
Because make sure pie over water and that's it. It's over.
So when you lay down on the side, it drains better?
Train better.
Nah.
Even you deal with the rain long, like 2-3 days raining, you don't have to worry about that.
That's true.
If you put it flat, you don't know what kind of soil that, maybe it can create a problem.
Yeah, that's very
That's
important.
how it's soil.
Would you bare root black pine? Because there's always
Yes.
people
Yes.
talking about not bare rooting black pine.
I bare root a lot of black pine because most of the tree here, when I train it, is underground. When they look good step, then I put all the pot here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, this thing is still 30 years before it hits a pot.
Yeah.
So that's the other thing I want to talk about. You know, some people, they'll buy a tree. It could be just a stick, and they want to put it in a bonsai pot right away.
They never can go.
They'll never grow.
They go, but never can be a good
They'll
one.
never get bigger, right? They might grow more branches, but it won't get bigger.
Yeah. Because that kind of soil is they just go by the small brand only, but not a large one.
Exactly. So yeah, sorry Tom. But one thing I want to kind of bring up is, you know, a lot of folks think, oh, I want to put it right away in good bonsai soil,
No,
a little
but-
small tree, which is fine, but
Yeah.
you'll never get bigger.
No, you have to train in the bottom every 2 or 4 years. You have to cut the root and change another one. Because when the tree go high, that means the root go down.
Yeah.
When you eat up the trunk, then you cut it and they go straight out.
Mhm.
But how you can see the tree. If you see the tree, you know how the root is. That
Yeah. Right. if they have elongated branches, big little trunk, you can imagine
Yeah, that's the root.
the roots are probably not that fine.
Because the
Yeah.
root and the root and the full, they always balance them.
Yeah.
When they go
They got-
naturally.
Same on the top as it is on the bottom.
That's it.
It's like a mirror. And can you show us some of the trees?
All different types.
Look how dense this one is. That is so dense.
Yeah, we
Jeez.
try for that.
Are you creating a semi-cascade out of this one?
Yes, that on semi.
Ah, super dense. Yeah, this is very impressive.
And this is the
Oh,
cascade.
look at this. Look at the shape on that one. And there's another semi-cascade. Beautiful. Beautiful. Are these all Makawas?
Yeah, Mikawa.
Yeah.
And Mikawa.
Look at this. I love that shape. Wow. Any favorite black pine in here? Everybody's got to have a favorite.
Yeah, I have those one here. It's down here is more bigger. No tree here. You can see those one right here. This is my favorite.
This is the cork.
Yeah, this coat.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Got a little bit. Very old.
So most of my tree is you can spin around for work and water and fertilizer and everything.
Okay, you got them all on Lazy Susans.
Lazy.
Yeah. Tom, what do you do for fertilization?
I do most of the time I do the 14-14 for slow release.
Yeah, I got some slow release. I see it here. And then do you fertilize on top of it too?
Yeah.
How often down here?
Every other month.
Every other month. Look at this. Gorgeous.
Yeah, the jung is huge. The
It
jung
is huge. Look at that.
You can see.
Oh yeah, that's spread right there.
This is another cup too.
Flowering.
Yeah, the cup have flower.
Yeah, some of these trees just show so much age right here. Look at that. Did you put that style on here too?
Yeah.
That big bend right there?
Yeah.
Impressive. I'm having a really good time here at Tom's. And he's going to share with us how he does his grafting. Tom is a master grafter with black pines and junipers. And he's going to show us a technique where he grafts with just the candle. All right.
When you grafting the pine is 100% by the paraffin, by the candle.
So we're missing parafilm today, but look at the candle size that Tom's got. This is a black pine candle.
Yeah, black pine candle. The the reason we graft with the candle here is we have a lot of energy here.
Mhm.
Compare like this kind of the bud right here. It's very simple. Pine is the most grafting simple than any tree. Like that, then you graft with the paraffin completely. The reason you graft with the candle is this is a lot of juice inside, a lot of energy. This is the most stronger of the tree of the year.
And Tom, what time frame during the year should people be doing this?
Pine you can graft from January until June, July, because it's
Wow.
the more harder they go faster.
Yeah.
When the full leaf they come out, when you wrap with the paraffin, when full leaf they come out, they shoot out, break the paraffin.
Mm-hmm.
Then you take out, they're successful. I grab only the candle only. Anyway, any trunk, any tree.
Yeah.
This is a good one.
So just to paraphrase,
Yeah.
Tom says, once the needles break the parafilm, that's
That
when you
means
know
successful.
that's taken. And you could do any part of the tree?
Yeah.
So-
anyway of the tree.
Wow.
Any brand we can grab right here.
Yeah.
Right there. Right. Most of the tree here is we grafting because very hard to find the big trunk with the
right branches in the right places. Yeah, that makes sense.
So you can grab that one. Most of the tree here I grab it.
Okay, you can send checks to Tom for that information. It's only $1,000 for that little tip.
It's not very easy. Grabbing the pine is easy than any kind of the tree. Any tree. Just stick them, leave the tree right there, just stick them up, tie them, zip tie, and leave them. They shoot out with the paraffin.
Wow.
That's it. Very simple.
Yeah.
And
That-
you can grab anywhere of the branch, anywhere.
Amazing.
Because this is the stronger. The reason is when they have the candle, that means the tree very strong. When at that time, then you grab it to the tree, then they survive easy.
Tom, can you show us a grafted branch that's a little bit more mature and older? Just so some folks can see kind of an example of
Most of the
some
tree
work.
here, for example, like this one. You can see this one, the grafting right here.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
And this one, you can see that one.
So this was the original branch?
Yeah,
That was cut
original
off?
brand. And we cut this one, we grab this way.
Let's say you have a ponderosa pine. You can graft black pine onto it?
That's you.
Yeah.
That's you.
Because, you know, with black pines, they have a more shorter needle
Shorter, stronger.
and vigorous
Yes.
compared to ponderosa, which can get really
As
long.
long as the same family,
Yeah.
you can grab any.
So that's exciting, right?
Yeah, the only thing you cannot grab is the cracks. That's it. And anything in the trees you can grab.
And that's great information because, you know, let's say you have a regular black pine you can graft on cork bark.
That's
Because
it.
cork bark doesn't grow from seed.
Yeah, most of them cook pie here that I grab. This
Yeah.
grab. That grab. This one. Some of them air layer, some grab, some of the a lot of different type we do. You know, you can
Yeah.
do a lot of the things.
That's awesome. That's a really nice nugget of information.
See, I grab right here.
Yeah.
See that? That the cook right here.
Onto Makawa.
The body and Mikawa, but the,
The
branch
branches
is
are
cooked.
cork. Yeah.
You can see the cook right here too. When the brick brand like that, I grab right here, then I cut it. So you can see the difference.
I learned so much
See
today,
right
Tom.
here,
Yeah.
right here, I grab, cut it. So as you can see, the brand is all cooked on the body.
Yeah. Interesting. So how old is this?
I grabbed this one about 20 years ago.
20 years
I think
ago.
all the whole tree about 75, 80 years old.
There's some very fresh candles right here. Did you not cut this year? Or,
Not-
or
not
this is the
yet.
second flush?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the second flush. Wow.
But somebody told me from first time, even I grab that, the foliage cut long, but it's different. They cut short.
Yeah, it does look different to me. It has more of that chartreuse color,
Yeah.
kind of greenish.
Yeah.
Very short. Impressive. We're hitting the juniper section of Tom's collection. Over here we got Kishus on the left. Ito Igawa's over here. Look at all these shoots. That's a healthy tree. I mean, this is a full-time job taking care of all this.
Yeah, I retire.
That gives you a little bit more time.
See, this one I grab about 55 Scion.
55.
55. They are successful. I grabbed this one about 3 years ago.
And Tom already shared this little information earlier, but Tom, when you graft junipers, what's your technique with success?
When I grab juniper, I do the zip tie. After I cut, I do the zip tie. I tie that. I don't wrap the whole thing. I do the zip tie. After I tie that, I cover the whole thing with the plastic and put under the set for about 2 to 3 months and take out slowly.
Got it.
But don't move to the sun right away. After they shoot out in about 1 or 2 inch, then you can bring out the sun.
So you graft, and this had 55 grafts on there.
Yeah.
You zip tie it to hold it in tight,
Hold.
and then you cover the entire tree in plastic to keep the humidity in.
That's it.
You water when needed,
Yeah, we do it about once a month
once a month.
because the water is in there. They keep the moisture to make the scion the more moisture they survive before they stick together.
Yeah. And then you don't keep it in full sun. You keep it in the shade while
Shade, yes.
while it's all completely covered.
That's it.
And then don't move it out to the sun for how long?
Normally when I open the bag, right, about 3 to 4 months later, I
3 to 4
bring
months.
the sun.
Yeah. And look at this. This is proof that Tom's technique is really good and successful. What kind of variety was this before you grafted it?
Prostrata juniper.
It was a prostrata, and it's completely Kishu now.
Completely.
100% Kishu. Look at that. And prostratas, you know, they have a little bit larger foliage. This is a lot more dense. But look at that trunk. I mean, there's no joke. But Tom doesn't do any small trees here. I don't see any Shohin. I think all those got tossed away. Wow. Tom, is your wife happy when you go on a couple days missing for Yamadori trips, or
Yeah.
or she miss you while you're away?
Sometimes she go with me too.
She goes with you.
Sometimes.
That's what keeps a couple together. You do things together.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
That, I love it.
Jeez.
This tree here, the beauty of this tree right here, I show you.
Okay, this is a big California juniper right here.
Look at that.
I mean, the deadwood is so impressive here. And there's
The twisted.
this is right here. What creates the character of the uniqueness on this tree right there. And this base. It's so dense.
Yeah.
And the pot it's a small boat.
Yeah.
It's a very healthy tree. When would you style this? I mean, if you had time.
I started one time already.
Oh, did you?
I let them go again.
Yeah.
And, when I have time, we will start it.
I see. Wow. And this is a labor of love, because there's some trees you just don't take to a show. You just do it because you love it, right?
Yeah.
You do bonsai because you love it, and it's not because, you know, some trees you show off. Yeah, that's fine. But some trees, doing bonsai is sometimes all about what makes you happy.
That's it. This is the make me happy.
Yeah, right? Because there's no way Tom is carrying this tree into some hall.
And,
you know, it's huge.
I have this one stainless steel. I make the 4-wheel there, so we can put everywhere we want.
Oh yeah.
See, this is the stainless steel, so you can water anytime,
Yeah.
everywhere. So, and I jack with the pallet and put the wheel, then we can push around.
And you're running irrigation or drip, right?
Yeah.
How often does it go off?
I go by the temperature, because
Yeah.
most of them, those one I use by control by my phone.
Oh, okay.
So, a lot of people, I do it differently because I go water by the temperature.
Mm-hmm.
From 90 degree up, I water every single day.
Yeah.
5 minutes,
5 minutes.
3 to 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
But everything from 80 to 90, every other day.
Yeah.
But everything from 60 to 70, every 4 days.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
under 60, I don't water.
So you're paying very close attention.
Yes,
Yeah,
by the
it's-
temperature.
It's not just let the sprinklers go or anything
No.
like that. Yeah, that makes sense. And that's great. And that's why your trees look healthy, because you're in tune with it. Oh,
When
okay.
they survive, I put in there
Yeah.
the greenhouse first. When they survive, we put in here. When they 100% survive, we can put out the sun.
So this is the first stage of recovery,
Yeah, this is my greenhouse.
and you have a missing system built into
Yeah,
here.
all missing.
So these look like newly collected trees. How old have these been kind of out of the ground?
I just collect about a few months ago.
A few months old. This is normal, right? When they
Yeah,
first
that's
come
normal,
out,
yeah.
they get kind of a little bit more dieback.
Yeah. Now when I bring home, they die back some of them
Yeah.
because they have to adjust by themselves.
Yeah.
They
And it's
have-
very humid in here. I can.
Yeah,
These go off how often?
this one I offer is every 2 hours we missing.
Oh,
But
2 hours.
I cannot
Yeah.
miss, but make sure I cover this one because
Right.
the water not go through the root,
Yeah. So
That's
this is more for the
exactly-
foliage and not the roots.
not the root.
Yeah.
You can put on greenhouse with a lot of mist.
Yeah.
Make sure cover that, control the water.
That
on
is
the-
such a key key component of good recovery.
Or somebody that cover with the plastic, that's okay too.
Okay.
But I do this one for simple, take it and out.
Yeah. And look at this. Jeez. This is grafted. This is a grafted piece of. Just kidding. Look at that. You got termite damage in here. Yeah. Amazing. Is this Utah?
Yeah, Utah juniper.
Yeah.
Both of them Utah.
And out in that area, like one of those highways, they're so big.
Utah juniper, they can live anywhere in the United States from Arizona up to Montana.
Oh.
You can see everywhere.
Yeah.
Most stronger juniper in the world, I guess.
Yeah. Wow.
But some of the like Rocky Mountain only up north. Down here we don't have that.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a different cup juniper.
So these guys show a lot of strength after recovery. And it seems like they would survive a wide range.
Yeah. The forest.
Ah, that is a giant forest. I see.
And there's one right here. Three of them.
Yeah. Wow. And that's too bad that I'm seeing this.
Yeah.
That is a monstrous tree.
That's too big. It cannot put inside, but I put outside. But inside always better.
Yeah, okay.
We have some over here too. That side, this side. We have all different kind.
You even have guava.
Yeah, I have.
For your fruit lovers right here. Tom's got guava. Oh, and it's already got a styling on it. This twist right here, it's amazing.
The first time, we can create like 2-3 times.
Hand for size. Tom, you go through gallons of lime sulfur a year?
Normally, okay, I tell you too. I don't do the lime sulfur until they have the termite.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
I don't do the termite.
So all of it is kind of a natural color.
Yeah.
Well, you get enough sun to kind of cook it too.
Yeah.
Here, up in Seattle, we only get sun about 3 months out of the year.
This California juniper.
Yeah.
California juniper, you can see the shoot like this.
Yes.
Utah, you never see that.
Okay, so it's another identifier.
Yes.
I see.
Utah, they go like that way. But California, look at that. You can tell California.
They have the long shoots.
They have long shoots.
And then Utah has kind of more of that fluffy foliage that
You
comes
see
out.
the Utah, you don't see the long shoot, but California, they have long shoots. That is Utah, they don't have it. See the difference.
Yeah.
And this one, you don't see a lot. You don't see termite when you cut up. You don't see the termite in there.
That's true.
See that?
Yeah.
They don't have the termite. But the California,
Maybe they just don't taste good.
yeah. Smell good too.
Oh, that's a big live vein. Are these all live veins? Yeah. Still red. Look at that.
It's Utah right here. Utah.
Mostly conifers for you. I don't see any bougainvillea or anything like that. Oh, those all went away.
Only one.
And this is a little bit different.
Yeah, this one they call it Utah, but different state. I collect this one in Idaho.
Yeah, because it has more of a bluish tint.
Yeah, you can see this one look like the cedar, or look
Yeah.
like the rock. I think
The color is a lot different.
yeah, color that one different. This one
It's an
California.
amazing tree. All of them are so impressive.
This is the Utah. You see the tree like this? The huge tree, right?
Yeah.
I do the very tiny small pot.
Yeah, that is a
The
tiny
little
pot.
root right here. When you put on the pot, you can see the root. Then cover the root with the soil only, but the rest of them you don't need that. So they go in very well. I put on the pot about 2 years ago.
Yeah, this tree is beautiful. I mean, Tom, your collection is so impressive. I mean, anybody in the world walking through here would just be blown away. Seriously.
Right now he come and say, "Oh shit."
I'm sure Ryan will be back.
Look at on my cascade.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah. This is insanity right here. Look at that piece of wood. Let me get this off of wide. And you can see how big this is. Like, my hand is like about 9 inch. That's like 18 inch right there. And look at this arch.
You can see the California. This is the California. You can see the shoot with this.
Yeah, that's
This
true.
is the California. But Utah, they don't.
Yeah.
Look at the Utah. That's different.
Yep. No shoots on the Utah. They have very short
Yeah.
ones. The California, it's kind of the elongated shoots.
That California, this Utah, you can see 2, 3 inside.
And look at this thing. Jeez. I mean, this is the size of stuff that you see floating up to the beaches. When I go to a beach, I see driftwood about this size right here.
The beauty of this tree right here, you can see the dead wood right here.
Yes. Yeah, that's beautiful.
Look at that.
This, how old do you think this might be?
I don't know. A lot of people guess about 2000.
2000?
But I don't.
I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah.
Because from here to all the way up here, that's about more than about 1.5 feet. Something.
Yeah. Amazing. And it's a style doll right here.
I have this one, the most very impressive tree I have.
Oh, look at this. Look at that. Hold on, Tom. I'm sorry. This caught my eye. I didn't even see this earlier. Look at that.
Basket I have,
Yeah, these ones over here. We were standing here earlier, but because I wasn't focused, I was looking the other way. I did not see how big this juniper was or is.
the blade about almost 2 feet.
Yes, look at that. And it's got its foliage all up here. Insanity. Wait, when you get this out of the wild, who are you? How many people you got with you? Just you? And then a cart, obviously?
Yeah.
Wow. So for you, sometimes it's you'll scout and you don't only take a tree until you have the right equipment, right? Yeah.
If you have equipment and you can handle, but without equipment, no. Even
Yeah.
2, 3, 4 people cannot because
Yeah.
it's in the mountain is very difficult to.
Yeah. And Tom, you're not a big guy, so to me, this takes a lot of energy. I mean, this is a 6-man type of tree right here. How much do you think that weighed when you pulled it out of the ground?
I think maybe 1,000 pounds.
1,000 pounds.
Got a little soil too.
Yeah. Wow. See, I think Tom was the one who secretly built the pyramids.
Look at the dead wood. Looks so beauty, huh?
Yeah. Amazing.
Look at that. Oh,
Let's
this
get
one.
around there.
This is a huge tree. I think this too old.
Oh, this is more than 1,000.
Yeah, I think you can see.
Way more than 1,000. Look how
We go from all the way here to the. Okay,
Yeah.
wow.
from there to
See the
there.
casket up there too.
Yeah. Yeah. These 2 trees right here, just something that belongs in a museum, and it's right here in Tom's backyard. Impressive. So Tom's got some very impressive olive trees. He doesn't have as many olives as he does junipers and black pines, but the olive trees are just huge.
I usually have about 50 olive, but that's it.
Yeah.
Right now I have only like 20. In the backyard over there, I have another 15 trees.
Yeah.
About that size.
And this one is basically, it's got its own planter box right here.
Yeah.
It's very big. And it's so well defined. I mean, the pads here. How long has this been out of the ground and turned into?
15, 17 years.
15 or 17 years. And does it take long to develop a pad like this on an olive?
Take about 6, 7 years.
6, 7 years. And you can see it from the bottom here. That's how you can see where all those ramification branches develop. It's impressive. This is a very, very big olive. Beautiful.
Upside down.
So there's a technique with olives that Tom's going to talk about. He's going to explain this technique of getting an olive tree out of the ground and then doing something completely crazy that you wouldn't even think about.
Okay, this is the olive tree is upside down. When we collect it, I collect the whole root. The whole bottom is very heavy, and I go home, I split them out, and we cut the flat one. The most big tree you put on that one is the tree. This is the underground tree. Underground, you don't see any cut in the top right here. No cut at all. Then you turn upside down, put on the sand, and cover with the clear plastic, and they go out.
So this is technically what you're looking at here, the taproot, right?
Yeah, taproot. That's the taproot.
And in order to get the tree to grow without any kind of cut marks or anything like that, let's say you collected a tree, a large one,
Yeah,
it turns the whole thing upside down.
the whole thing. Yeah, the whole thing.
Covers it, keeps it humid, and then branches will start growing out.
Then it start training.
Basically, from this is the root.
Yeah,
Yeah,
same thing
that's
on this one.
incredible.
Same thing.
Here's another one, and you can see how developed this tree is. And you can see that looks like juniper deadwood almost. I mean, it's impressive.
And they're easy to grow with a very thin, small
Yeah.
pod.
Pretty wild.
Before I collect a lot of oil, but they're easy to survive. The only thing is they are too heavy.
Oh yeah, this is your olive patch. Awesome.
The reason I train underground because I try to build the brand is bigger,
Yeah. Okay.
but more balanced with the trunk.
Yeah. Thicken up the branches.
Yeah. When you put on the pot, the brand is they can be the part, but they cannot get it too big like underground.
Yeah.
Underground like that, you build the brand.
So we get
is
you try to get the ratio of the branches
Yes.
to fall in line with the ratio of how thick that trunk is by putting it in the ground. Yeah, that's a big, beautiful tree. Big one seed juniper right here. Look at this gnarly trunk. I really like the foliage on this. I can see why it's becoming more kind of popular with like the bigger names, right? Morel, Bjorn.
Yeah.
They've mentioned this one seed juniper a little bit more in their videos and stuff, but I can see why now, seeing it at first hand, why they like it, because it's a lot more dense.
A lot more dense, and the wood is much harder.
Hardwood.
Very hard.
Yeah.
If you do the dead wood, this one is the most difficult you can deal with.
Right. They do have the shoots right here.
Yeah.
But this to me is very comparable to Kishu. It's not as tight, but it's dense still.
Same thing. This one seed, the skin are different.
Mm,
You can see the difference with the California.
yeah,
The California, you can peel the back like this.
right.
And Utah, but one seed you cannot. See that?
So even the bark is different.
Yeah.
This is
back-
Utah.
Yeah, Utah and California, you can
Yeah.
peel like this. But one seed now.
Yeah, the one seed has a
See that? One seed.
slightly different type of.
Yeah, they're different.
Yeah.
This is the California, I think.
Oh, oh. What the? This is a 55-gallon drum right here. Look at that. Absolutely amazing. I think I'm more amazed by the fact that you're able to get this out yourself. To me, that is a miracle.
I have another casket on the side.
Yeah.
Side too.
Wow. And this is Utah because of the shoots,
No,
right?
this is California.
Oh, this is California.
California.
Oh,
This is
California
the-
have the shoots. Sorry, I got that two mixed up.
This one California too. Another casket. See the other side. You see the blade looks nice.
Okay, let's go check it out. Beautiful cork oak right here.
Yeah, cook out.
Wow. Wow. They don't do too well in Washington.
Oh, they don't doubt.
No.
Have the
no.
heat, right?
Yeah, they don't like that water. Here's another big juniper. Look at that. Jeez. Yeah. I'll tell you what, Tom, I mean, you either finish up a tree, I mean, have you ever thought about putting something in the Nationals? Seriously.
And that's why right now he say it's better put up in Portland, one of them.
So it was a pleasure meeting Tom. He was so generous with his information, so nice, so inviting, and so genuinely passionate about the bonsai hobby. And just seeing his trees and talking with him and just being around him was very inspirational. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this episode and got something out of it. I sure did. Tom showed me a lot of different things, and that's the beauty of bonsai is, you know, the more people you meet within the hobby, the more you realize everybody's really cool. Tom, thank you very much, and I hope to see you soon. Take care.